Hello lads, so we're going to have a look at solving using substitution method. Okay, so I'll show you a couple of examples of this and see how it goes for you. So here's the first type, x to the power of 4 minus 2x squared minus 2 equal to 0. And we're going to try and solve this. So obviously this is quite hard because the highest power is 4. If this was cubic, you could try hit and miss, and you could try hit and miss with this, but there is an easier way, and the easier way is to replace a certain amount of the variable powers with an easier power. So we know how to solve quadratics pretty easily. So quadratics have a power of 2. So if I was to take out an x squared, and let's say call it u, then really that would just be u squared, because it would be x squared squared minus, instead of the x squared, 2u, and still leave the constant. And this is a lot easier to solve. Now, it's still not easy to solve because, as you can see, this is a double prime, so we can't find two numbers that multiply to give me 2 but add to give me 2 quite readily. So we'll use our minus b method here. A is 1, b is minus 2, and c is minus 2. And we'll pop it in. So minus 2 plus or minus the square root minus 2 squared minus 4 times 1 times minus 2 all over 2 times 1. And again, you're going to need your calculator for this to work out the answers, but it shouldn't be too much of a task for most of you to do it on the calculator. Now you can skip bits of lines of this, so that's obviously a positive, so it's really just 2 plus the square root of 4 plus 8, that's 4, 2 squared is 4, and that's minus 4 times 1 is minus 4 times minus 2 is plus 8, so 4 plus 8 is 12 all over 2. So 1 plus root 3, 1 plus root 3, and obviously the other version, if I go in there, change that to a minus, 1 minus 1 3. So there's my two roots to this equation, but we know that this is u. But it's not really u, it's really, u is really x squared. So in order to solve this, we just need to get the root of both sides. The root of x squared is just x, and the root of this is going to be plus or minus the square root of 1 plus root 3, and same thing here, plus or minus the square root of 1 minus root 3. Okay, so that's that one done. Now you could make that tidier. You could have plus or minus the square root of plus or minus root 3. So you could have plus or minus the square root 1 plus or minus root 3 if you wanted to. Okay, cool. So we'll try another one. What about this one? 2t minus 5 over t squared minus 12 times 2t minus 5 over t plus 27 equals 0. So again, this is a very awkward looking sum, so it would be easier if we just let u equal to 2t minus 5 over t, and then substitute u in here, u squared minus 12u plus 27. Factorize this. A 9 and a 3, a negative and a negative, so u is 3 and u is 9. So now we can just replace the u, so that's 2t minus 5 over t is equal to 3, and 2t minus 5 over t is equal to 9. Now I just have to solve these, so multiply both sides by t. 2t squared minus 5 is equal to 3t. 2t squared minus 5 is equal to 9t. Rearrange to get a quadratic. 2t squared minus 3t minus 5 equals 0. And 2t squared minus 9t minus 5 equals 0. So from this point on, let's try and solve these. Hopefully they solve nicely. Looking to see, I would put a 5t and a t, and we are 2t, and we're looking for negative, so that one will work there, and we're looking for a 9t and a 5 and a t, and we're looking for a negative. So our answers are t is equal to 5 over 2, t is equal to minus 1, sorry, that's a 1, t, I don't know why I'm doing that, t is equal to minus a half, and t is equal to 5. They're 1, sorry. So hopefully that makes sense to you. Okay, so let's try a little bit harder than that then. Okay, so this one would be a lot harder, but this seems to be the one that's more popular at the moment. So it'll be something along the lines of this: y squared plus xy equal to 2, and 2x plus y is equal to 3. So as you can see, if this was a normal simultaneous, it would be possible to just, change the signs or change the coefficients and cancel and solve for the other one. But as you can see, we've got a power going on here. So you always go for the one that doesn't have the highest power. So in this case, this one, and you try and rearrange it to get one term in terms of the other. And then hopefully that term will be solvable. So let's take this second one, and let's go y is equal to, let's bring that across, 3 minus 2x. So now I'm going to substitute this wherever I see y. So watch, 3 minus 2x to be squared plus x times 3 minus 2x equal to 2. Square this out. 9 plus 4x squared minus 12x plus 3x minus 2x squared. Bring the 2 in, and then solve this for a quadratic. That's 4 take away 2 is 2x squared, minus, that's minus 9x, and that's plus 7. And I don't know if this is solvable as a minus b or if I made a mistake there, but let's just double check that. Square the left, square the right, minus 6x minus 12x, 3x minus 2x squared, bring that 2 in. 9 minus 2 is 7, minus 12x plus 3x is minus 9x, and 2x squared. 2x and x. And let's put the 7 in the 1, and 2 minuses. X is 1, or x is 7 over 2. And then you can find the corresponding y, because if x is 1, then y is also 1. And if x is 7 over 2, y is minus 4, I think. I can check that. 7 over 2, they'll cancel. 3 minus 7 is minus 4. There you go.